Coming up on Oily Trash Movies.
Oh no, she's turning into a demon. Ah! Titty demons.
War, I'll do my own fucking episode.
We'll go do it.
Alright, and we're live. Hello, and welcome to Oily Trash Movies. This is the only podcast where two people watch unfunny movies and say unfunny things and then produce an unfunny podcast. We're just unfunny all around. I'm Daddy WarBux, and with me today, very special guest co-host JayTee. JayTee, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey, how's it going? You may know me as the guy in the bottom left of the screen in every episode. Also, former co-host on another podcast we did for a few months called KaleidoCast. We talked about movies on there as well. Bit of a different format, but you know, it was fun.
Yes, JayTee has been here almost every single episode, watching silently from the corner. That's his beautiful face and his beautiful glasses and his beautiful orange hair. But anyway, this is the very first bonus episode of Trash-O-Wee.
Trash-O-Wee.
And last bonus episode, we watched Wigwuff's The Wizard of Oz. JayTee wasn't here for that, so we'll skip talking about that. The last podcast JayTee and I did, we watched Cube. It was a double feature. We watched Cube and Circle, just to give you an idea of the kind of movies we like to watch. JayTee, did you have anything to add about Cube and or Circle?
Both movies were solid 7 out of 10s. I enjoyed them both for different reasons, and they were good in their own ways.
Yeah, I'd say so too. I think I would rate Cube a little bit higher, but that might just be nostalgia talking. Cube is a classic cult horror. I remember renting that from the video store when I was in middle school or very young, and just my head was blown. It was so cool, so much fun. And then having grown into the movie industry as I've aged, being able to appreciate it also from the fact that it's an independent film and it was done with just a single set. It just gives me a whole new appreciation for that film, and I hope it lives on forever.
I'm sure it will, but not in Japan, because I heard the movie was hot garbage.
Well, I have not yet seen the Japanese remake, but I can't imagine it being anywhere as good as the original. But enough about that. Today, we've got an awesome movie. This is called Call Girl of Cthulhu.
Can I read the synopsis now?
You know what? Yeah, JayTee, what do we know about this movie?
When a virginal artist falls in love with a call girl, she turns out to be the chosen bride of the alien god Cthulhu. Is he an alien? I don't know. To save her, he must stop an ancient cult from summoning their god and destroying mankind.
So this appeals to both of us. I'm a huge fan of Lovecraftian horror. JayTee is a huge fan of call girls.
Hey, I think he had that reversed. I think you have it backwards.
All right, we're both fans of Cthulhu and both fans of call girls.
Yeah, sure.
So everything we could ever want in a movie.
I sincerely have no idea what to expect from this movie. I don't know what the budget. I can imagine it's a shoestring budget. So let's just see how creative they get.
All right, we start off with some awesome rock music. You know, this gives me vibes of. Did you ever see Deathgasm?
No, I haven't seen that. Just never got around to it, you know?
I do recommend it. It's fun. You know, it's low budget, but it's made by people who really love the genre. You can tell they love heavy metal music. You can tell they love horror.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm already liking these effects. Everything's slimy and wet.
There's really something to be said about practical effects over special effects.
This guy looks like JayTee.
Oh, you're right. That does kind of... It's skinny JayTee.
Skinnier.
Whoa.
Oh, there it is.
This guy is JayTee.
Shame on you.
He's got an entire wastebasket full of tissues.
Missy Catonics.
Her name is Miss Catonics. That's amazing. And of course, Miskatonic is a reference to the Miskatonic University, where many people in HP Lovecraft's universe attended.
You can't spend the rest of your life beating off in your parents' basement.
This is incredibly representative of, you know, today.
Deep Ones. The name of the condom is Deep Ones.
It's a nice touch.
They don't call me the dick for nothing.
But I brought some things.
Whoa.
Why does that guy have a pinky in his mouth? What is this? That's so weird.
Ah, death by dildo.
Oh, that was so stupid.
Oh, man. This is already better than murder size.
That woman was made out of gelatin.
That's how I like my women.
Ugh.
Sorry.
It's oily trash music.
This isn't music. This is like signals to aliens.
I give you 10 seconds before you pop.
That's so stupid.
No, this movie's great. That's the second time they've transitioned perfectly like that.
He's just holding it right there. It's so dumb. The whole movie about Cthulhu and booties.
What more could you want? Alright, so I love these guys' costumes.
It's literally just like paper mache masks.
That they cut into strips so it looks like Cthulhu's tentacle mouth.
Carter, love isn't real.
Aww. This movie's great. 10 out of 10. 10 WarBux.
I don't know why, but she looks like she's wearing a wig.
Oh, Dr. West, I'm really sick.
Hey, it's Dr. West.
Oh god, this is the second movie in a row we've seen where a guy licks somebody's toes. That was great, with the noodles coming out of his mouth.
Would not have worked without the sound. Freaking Dagon walk.
You can tell that these guys love HP Lovecraft and Cthulian mythos. Oh my god, they're gonna eat his dick!
Oh!
I was gonna tell you.
Why does he speak like Elvis? What is this?
Rick the Dick Pickman.
This is like American Pie meets HP Lovecraft.
Don't do it. He's just gonna call you a loser again.
Oh no. She's turning into a demon. Ah! Titty demons.
Oh god.
Wouldn't want to motorboat those. See, maybe we missed it, but we needed it established why this woman was important.
That looks terrible. Okay, there we go.
Ah, Cthulhu dicks.
Some sort of disease.
That footage was reversed like 2 times.
Ah,
Oh, the one-eyed monster thing was foreshadowing.
yeah, how brilliant.
I love how it just ends with them screaming at each other. They don't even show it kill him. Make it rain! Acid.
That's what I'm thinking.
Calling it.
Oh man, this is pretty cool.
Super acid.
So is this music gonna somehow be used to distract her at the end? Like, if they're gonna be at the church,
something.
and she's gonna go to the organ and play this terrible fucking ambient rock?
I'm gonna call it. These two are gonna be together at the end, somehow.
Alright, everyone's suiting up for the third act.
I don't know if it's just like, because it's a B movie, or the structure's a little wonky or what, but this went by fast.
It's because it's a good movie, JT. You've been highly entertained.
And it's better than I thought it would be, I guess. Yeah. She's got another mouth on her mouth.
Cthulhu has chosen you to bear his child.
Oh my god, she's like reverse Virgin Mary.
I don't think this has ever been done, like, plot-wise.
I mean, there's a lot of plots that somebody is bearing the Antichrist.
Right.
But never the Antichrist is the son of Cthulhu.
My music.
My weird piano noises.
My oily trash music.
Oh, that girl's freaking chin juts out like crazy. You see that? She could kill a man with that chin.
Oh no, it's Dick.
Don't call me the Dick for nothing.
Good thing she has that cleaver on hand.
That was like South Park noises. Just. You called it. I think we all called it, to be honest. That was very obvious.
Everything's been perfectly set up so far. It was Chekhov's keyboard. Is his head gonna explode?
At least the whores.
Dude, do you think that was somebody's real tongue? What's nice is almost every kill has been pretty awesome so far.
It's been all spectacle. Yeah.
He's gonna put the CD in now, play it over the PA system.
Rising from their deep slumber.
Man, these cuts have been great!
Yeah, they have been really good. The key to this whole thing is him losing his virginity.
Oh, hell yeah.
So
Get it. I like how this movie promotes safe sex so much.
oh, they're about to throw that right into the trash. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna raw dog it. I love it. Is that the Antichrist?
Squid baby. Oh, the cultist upset. Didn't see what they thought they were gonna see. Bring the end of the world and get a little bothered by that.
Oh shit!
No.
I can't believe they killed her.
Not like that anyway. That was like so out of nowhere. This reminds me of that scene from was it Slither,
Oh yeah, okay.
where he turns into the big this monster.
I was almost gonna say Mars Attacks because they play the music and everybody's head starts exploding.
That's a really good prop. That's where all the money went to, though. Probably.
Dude, all of these props have been great. Everybody's head's exploding. Everybody is like crazy creatures. That guy's face melted off when she pissed on him.
Feel kind of bad for Riley. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, really, she wasn't a bad person. She just got impregnated by Cthulhu.
I like how Cthulhu in this movie is just a bunch of tentacles. Pretty good. You never get to see him. That's how it should be.
I love you.
Drop dead.
Oh, look, the girl who didn't believe in love. Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me?
I'm okay with this.
I don't fucking believe it. Right after she got her arc, where she didn't believe in love, and then she says, I love you.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna call it. These two are gonna be together at the end. Somehow.
Oh man, not our love interest. Oh, I'm so fucking pissed.
It's clearly a mannequin with its face caved in.
No, it's a real dead body, JT.
You are cruising for the gas chamber, pal.
Wait, what? Gas chamber? Dang, it's even gonna end like a Lovecraft movie.
Mm-hmm. Everyone goes insane. Everyone alive, everyone who survives spends the rest of their life in an asylum. Oh my god! Alright, so that was Call Girl of Cthulhu. I was actually pretty impressed. This exceeded my expectations.
Yeah, same. I certainly didn't. I expected far worse, especially when the movie first started. And you know, like one of the first things that really stuck out was the porn actress, and then that led into the hotel scene with the two agents or whatever, and they just immediately die. Like they're just on the job doing the dumbest thing you could possibly be doing when you should be paying attention to this whole world-saving ordeal that you're in. And then they get decapitated, you know, rightfully so, I guess. And from there, I was just like, okay, it's going to be downhill from here. But it actually went uphill for the rest of the movie, pretty much.
I think the movie, it had great writing. All of the allusions and references and puns involving HP Lovecraft and his collective works was appreciated as a longtime Lovecraft fan. So I can tell that the people involved in this really did care about the source material. And I think it shows. All of the kills kicked ass. We had tons of gore. We had tons of interesting kills, which was our big complaint about Murder Size. This is the only movie I've ever seen where somebody died from being pissed on with acid urine. Unbelievable. You know, people's heads are exploding. That woman got her tongue cut off. People are being impaled. There's always cool shit happening in this movie.
One dude had an anus for a mouth. That was kind of funny.
One guy had an anus for his mouth. The music, the whole Chekhov's music, I kind of wish it hadn't been as abrasive to us, the audience, as well as to the Cthulian monsters, but what are you going to do, I suppose? All in all, the sets I thought were pretty good. For a low-budget movie, they utilized everything they had, and I think they did an overall good job.
On that point, I think one way that they really capitalized on that was the fact that most of the scenes in the movie are pretty close up. Like they know they don't have a huge budget. They know they probably don't have the best sets. And so what they do is they close up on the actors to get you to focus on them. And I think what helps with that is, surprisingly, the acting is not trash in this B movie. It's decent, honestly. That really surprised me.
Yeah, I don't have any complaints about the performances. Our lead hero, he was pretty good. I think the old man, some of his lines just came out pretty unconvincing. But our artist room, I thought, was very well designed with all of his paint supplies and the posters on the wall, and he was always covered with paint.
Yeah, or his room was probably the best set outside of maybe, I don't know, the dungeon there at the end. But yeah, like overall, they really took what they had and worked with it and did a lot of really cool things. Like here in the B-roll, you can see a lot of like these really cool jump cuts that they do, and in context, those work really well. I always thought.
Yeah, the editing star of the movie was whoever edited all of those scenes like that, because it was always brilliant. The priest at one point said he will awaken from his eternal slumber, and then it cuts to him waking up from being unconscious, and right there they cut to the noodles in the mouth, and
Right.
a few of those just throughout just kept the movie interesting. I did get a little bit bored near the end, just waiting for it to end at that point.
Yeah, it did go a little bit long. I do agree with that.
Which is surprising. This is 92 minutes, which is perfect. But even still, even at a 90-minute runtime, I think we could have, maybe 5 minutes. That's all you need to trim. Not too much.
Just cut a handful of minutes there, just a handful of like unrelated scenes. But at the same time, most of it was related, to be honest. Like any scene that popped up kind of got called back to later on in the movie, like the one-eyed monster that shows up late in the movie.
Yeah, and him being called Dick, he's like, they don't call me the Dick for nothing.
He's Rick the Dick Pickman, and he sounds like Elvis. Probably the best character in the movie.
Yeah, I think that's a testament to the writing that literally no scene was wasted. And even the scenes that you would consider to be throwaway scenes in most movies, like we had the montage of her describing all of her clients, and they're all, there's a guy who's got a feeder fetish, and the guy who's got some sort of
right.
Doctor fetish and the foot fetish.
All sorts of things, yeah.
Those all came back verbatim when she was the monster, and everything had a payoff. How did you feel about the use of practical effects in this movie?
It's great. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like it's good.
God damn, JT, give me something. You gotta give me more than like one word.
What else do you say about it? Because it's like CGI. Sadly, it's so overused, and I don't know if it's because it's just more cost effective or what the deal is. I don't know. I don't make movies, but I do know that when practical effects are done well, they're really good. You like the Thing and the Stuff and a bunch of other really good horror movies.
A bunch of other movies that begin with the Blob.
The Blob. That's another great one. There's all sorts of really good like 80s, 90s like horror flicks that just take practical effects and they just do some really cool, crazy things with them. And the wondrous thing about the human brain is that like the first time you see these things, if they're done well enough, they don't even have to be done perfectly. It's impactful. The only time that you kind of demystify them is when you look more into it. But like the first time you watch that movie, first time you watch The Thing, it's mystifying, it's mortifying, it's terrifying. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure there's all kinds of in-depth psychological reasons why that's true, but practical effects, I think, always look better than CGI because you can tell they're part of the environment. People are interacting with them. The lighting is consistent on both the actors, the backgrounds, the sets, and the monster or whatever, is being created that would typically these days be just computer animated.
That's actually a really good point, that you can tell that they're part of the environment. It sort of like tricks your brain into thinking this is, somewhat real at least, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess to take an example here is, again, The Thing. Yeah, so take that movie, compare it to the special effects in the new one, and just like you don't even have to do a deep dive or anything. Like you can just literally look at them side by side and realize that one is way worse looking than the other for whatever reason. On a video game, maybe the new one kind of works, but otherwise, no, not really. So yeah, I mean, great job.
Bubble, do you have anything to add?
Yes, I do. Great movie. I recommend watching this. One thing that I noticed first off, this movie was made when?
2014.
14. Okay, so that's a type of film at that time. This will never ever be created ever again. It was in the era of film and creativeness. The practical effects were great. So at the same time, I don't really want to give it credit because they bought these from Etsy, which is fine, whatever. But otherwise, great story. I think this tops our last Lovecraftian film that we watched, which is Freeze. This is better than that. I really enjoyed it, other than the nudity, which I think a lot of people would be very into that niche. The gore was great, and that's it. If I were to change anything, it would probably be the noise, the sound. It was a little indie, but it's forgivable because the story was interesting. And I agree with the end as well. It wasn't that great or satisfying, but overall pretty good. And I will give this Bubblegums probably 5 is a good solid amount. And is there anything you guys would fix?
I actually kind of disagree with y'all's opinion on the ending. I think it was mostly what you would expect out of a Lovecraft ending. Like the one guy left alive was, deemed crazy. He's thrown into a whack house. And yeah, he somehow goes from the interrogation room to just the nut house. But yeah, like that's what I would totally expect out of a Lovecraftian story. You know what? I'm gonna give it 7.3 JT coins. How about that?
And is that a good rating or a bad rating?
It's well above average.
Yeah, I love this as well. I think this easily is better than a lot of the mainstream and big budget stuff we've watched for our main episodes. This could have easily been a traditional episode and probably would have wound up in our top 10. I would probably give this 6 or 7 WarBux. This is definitely not oily. I loved everything about this movie. This is... Honestly, I might consider this better than Kill Her Goats. I'm trying to think of some other movies that this sort of reminds me of. Deathgasm definitely comes to mind. It came to mind just from the opening sequence, but everything was fun about this movie, and it never really let up at any point. The effects and the kills were top tier beginning to end. And as for changing things, maybe just cut the runtime 5 minutes. Some of the scenes where specifically where she's shushing him and sort of waving him into the church that they're infiltrating. I would cut some of that. Aside from that, I really like this movie.
Just take the lesbians out. Like literally just that one part, because they didn't do anything. They were just there to get their heads chopped off.
I mean, I would disagree with you on that simply because it is a format that it's fun, right? It's appealing to everyone. It is an adult film. It's obviously rated R. It's specifically when it comes to slasher film, it's that scene itself is interesting and intriguing, and I think a lot of people will love that scene. So I would keep that. And again, I want to mention this is unfortunately a movie that will never ever be able to, like, in today's age in 2023, there's no way you can make a film like this. And because of that, it is amazing and I do love it.
I think you're probably right, actually.
Yeah,
about that. It'd be risky at least.
Yeah, it's very risky. It's something that won't be able to be done, and it was done well. Great movie.
I'm glad everybody liked it. JT, I want to thank you so much for coming on this episode. Do you have anything, any personal stuff you'd like to shill?
Yeah. One is I'm part of a duo who make tabletop games. We actually have one tabletop game that's already made. If you would like to check that out, go to 10yengames.com, or you can follow us on Twitter/X at 10yengames. And yeah, you can check out like Happy Doggo and my weird takes on JRPGs and stuff. And the other thing is, if you want to deal with me more directly, you can find me on the Lux Digital Church Discord.
All right, fantastic. JT, again, thank you so much. This has been a lot of fun.
Has been.
Super spooky. This is a great movie for Trashoween. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Take care. Comb your hair.
And cut everything I said. Just leave the intro. Bye!
Bye!